Hi everyone, welcome back to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith. If you didn't see our first gameplay video for Cry Havoc, I'll put a link to that in the description of this video, because this episode is kind of a part B to that. There were a couple of mistakes that I just wanted to bring to your attention, so it'll make it easier to plan our next turn. And I also wanted to share with you some of my own thoughts about what maybe we should be doing and see if you agree. The first mistake was pretty simple. In the last battle, we actually had an error and had to reshoot it. But I did not reshoot the final scene where Luke and I are on screen and we're drawing up our new hand. And in there I said, hey, I have exactly 7 cards, so there's nothing to discard. But because of the new battle we had to reshoot, I actually ended up with 8 cards in hand. But I already removed that, and so what you saw on screen at the end of the video is actually what I do have in hand, and it is correct. But if any of you were doing the math, and I know some of you were, because I saw it in the comments, you'd be correct to think, hey, shouldn't he have 8 cards, not 7? Anyway, I have 7 now. Also, there was a mistake with the Trogs. Let's go to the table and take a look. In the final battle, when the Trogs lost, for some reason I gave Luke control over where they retreated to, and he put them right here in a region that surely I was going to be trying to take over. But I was the one controlling the Trogs. I should have decided where they retreated to, so I'm going to do that right now. They can't go here because this is a controlled location, and so is this. And this location is kind of near where my guys will spawn in, so this is another area I might conceivably try to take over. It's very unlikely I'll end up going in here, so I think I'll move the Trogs instead to this region. Now let me share with you some of my thoughts on the strategies for my actions in this next round. One of the things that was suggested is maybe I should be using my Enable Scoring card. And that's a possibility, but I would say there's no urgency to use it as the first action. Luke already used his, and he hasn't gone all the way through his deck yet, so there's no way he has it in his hand right now. So if we're going to enable scoring, let's save that for later. I think the most urgent concern I have is his forces right here and how they can branch out. I'm particularly concerned about him building in this region. With these 2 structures, especially with the airfield, he can place one in this region and then activate it to place a control token in an adjacent unoccupied region. Although these nest tokens are here, these do not count as occupying the region. So he can actually drop control in here, and I'd have a heck of a time getting that back from him the rest of the game, and this is worth 5 gems. He actually could even do it in this location and here as well. But you cannot build structures in battle zones. So one strategy is for me to rush some of my figures already on the board into this location, creating a battle zone, even if I don't plan to win it, just to prevent him from expanding out. It will also trap these units here, as they won't be easily able to move from that region. Defenders can move any figures in excess of twice the number of attackers there. So if I only moved 1 in, then 2 of them could run away. But if I move 2 in, they all have to stay put in that region. For this reason, I'm almost wondering if we should be spending all 4 of these cards in order to get 5 movement. Then I could move one of these 2 spaces into here, another one 2 spaces into here, and then this final one into the region here, even locking down this one as well. Of course, the challenge then becomes, can I even win these battles? Ultimately, that may not be important, but it would be great to try. Our odds in here with only 2 units isn't great, but if I use my second action to then build a power orb in this region, I could activate it, and its ability allows me to take a Pilgrim from my reserve and place it into an adjacent region with a battle zone. Putting another Pilgrim into here would start to even the odds, and then if I use this power extraction skill, it would allow me to put this token into a battle region with a Pilgrim. That would effectively bring my number of units up to 5, because this token counts as 2 recruits. Having only 1 figure here to fight isn't great. Odds are good he might be able to take it. And I suspect with his actions, he'll start recruiting and potentially moving into locations. Maybe even trying to battle this one. If I use this as my final action to enable scoring, that might be risky because Luke might still end up with more regions and more crystals than I have. On the other hand, I could instead use it to activate the power orb in this region and then put another of my figures into this region here. That would leave me with only distraction left over to use in battles. So I don't know. Now, as I mentioned, I haven't actually won a game of Cry Havoc against Luke yet, so I'm probably the wrong person to be masterminding this strategy, but I do have experience on my side, and that hopefully counts for something. Actually, that's part of the reason why I wanted to share this, because I thought your feedback on what I'm thinking might help inform some of my own strategies in this game. Please do put your thoughts in the comments below. Although I'll be looking at the comments in the original gameplay video, with this new updated map and the new Trog location, it might change some of the strategies. So I'll be looking at both to see which suggestion seems to be the right fit and has the most votes. Again, put those comments below, and until the next episode, thanks for watching.